Becoming a doctor is a dream for many Indian families. NEET is the only path to that dream. It's a tough exam, with lakhs of students competing for limited medical seats. The pressure is immense. A good score can change your life. This year, that dream turned into a nightmare for many, as the NEET exam got caught in a web of fraud. The National Eligibility Entrance Test, or NEET is conducted by the National Testing Agency, the NTA. It's the single gateway to MBBS and BDS courses in India. Every year, lakhs of students burn the midnight oil, hoping to secure a seat in a prestigious medical college. The competition is fierce, the stakes are high, and the pressure is immense. In 2024, over 24 lakh students appeared for NEET, vying for just over 1 lakh seats. This year, however, the exam was shrouded in controversy. From shockingly high scores to allegations of paper leaks and cheating, the NEET 2024 scandal has shaken the very foundation of India's education system. The NEET 2024 results sent shockwaves across the nation. An unprecedented number of students scored exceptionally high marks, raising eyebrows and suspicions. Whispers of foul play began to circulate. The NTA, responsible for conducting the exam, initially dismissed these concerns. However, as more evidence emerged, it became clear that something was amiss. The timeline of the scandal unfolded rapidly. It began with the announcement of the NEET results on June 4, 2024. The abnormally high scores immediately became a talking point. Then came the news of paper leaks, first in Bihar, then in other states. Students who had taken the exam were outraged. Social media platforms were abuzz with allegations of cheating and corruption. As the scandal gained momentum, news channels picked up the story, and soon, the NEET 2024 fraud became national news. The credibility of the exam, and indeed of the entire education system, was called into question. The most glaring irregularity in NEET 2024 was the staggering number of students who achieved near-perfect scores. 67 students scored a full 720 out of 720, a number unheard of in previous years. More than 2,000 students scored above 700, a significant jump from the previous year. These statistically improbable results were a clear indication that something was rotten in the state of NEET. As if the high scores weren't alarming enough, reports of paper leaks surfaced. In Bihar, the police confirmed that the exam paper had been leaked before the exam. They arrested several individuals, including coaching center owners and middlemen. Similar allegations of leaks emerged from other states, casting a long shadow of doubt over the sanctity of the exam. Adding fuel to the fire, the NTA's decision to award grace marks to students further fueled the controversy. The NTA argued that these marks were given to compensate for technical glitches and a question with multiple correct answers. However, the Supreme Court deemed the awarding of grace marks arbitrary and unfair, canceling them and ordering a retest. The NEET 2024 scandal triggered a wave of anger and frustration among students across the country. For many, this exam was the culmination of years of hard work and sacrifice. The thought that their future could be jeopardized by cheating and corruption was unbearable. Students took to the streets demanding justice and a fair investigation. From Delhi to Chennai, Kolkata to Mumbai, student protests erupted. They demanded a re-examination, strict action against those involved in the fraud, and a transparent investigation. Social media became a platform for students to voice their concerns and share their stories. The hashtag #NEETScam trended for days, amplifying the students' voices. The outrage was not confined to the streets. Several students and parents filed petitions in various high courts and the Supreme Court, seeking justice and a fair resolution. The legal battles added another layer of complexity to the already convoluted scandal. As the scandal unfolds, authorities spring into action, determined to get to the bottom of the NEET 2024 exam fraud. Investigations are launched, suspects are questioned, and evidence is meticulously gathered. It's a race against time to uncover the truth and hold those responsible accountable. Meanwhile, public outrage grows louder. Critics argue that the system itself is flawed, calling for comprehensive reforms to prevent such incidents in the future. The pressure mounts on officials to not just resolve this case but to ensure the integrity of the examination process moving forward. In the midst of this chaos, students and their families are left in a state of uncertainty, anxiously awaiting clarity and justice. The stakes are high and the eyes of the nation are fixed on the outcome of this high-profile investigation. Now let's take a deeper dive into the mechanisms behind the NEET 2024 exam fraud. Understanding the intricacies can help us grasp the full extent of the issue. The fraud was not just a simple act of cheating, it was a well-organized operation. From leaked question papers to impersonators sitting for the exam, the methods were varied and sophisticated. The perpetrators exploited vulnerabilities in the system, and unfortunately, many students were caught in the crossfire. The mental health implications of such a scandal are profound. Students who studied diligently for months, even years, felt a deep sense of betrayal and frustration. Anxiety and depression rates soared as the news broke out. The pressure to succeed in competitive exams like NEET is already immense, and this fraud only exacerbated the stress. It's crucial to address these mental health challenges and provide support to affected students. Moving towards a fairer NEET exam is not just a necessity, but a moral imperative. Ensuring that every student has an equal opportunity to succeed is the cornerstone of a just educational system. Reforms must be implemented to enhance the security and transparency of the exam process. This includes better monitoring, stricter penalties for fraud, and perhaps even a revamp of the examination format. By taking these steps, we can restore faith in the system and provide a level playing field for all. Safeguarding the integrity of education is a collective responsibility. It requires the concerted efforts of educational institutions, government bodies, parents, and students themselves. Vigilance and accountability must be prioritized to prevent future incidents of fraud. Education is a pillar of society, and its sanctity must be preserved at all costs. By working together, we can ensure that the values of fairness, honesty, and integrity remain at the heart of our educational system.